versus Toph versus Ty Lee versus Katara. I know all you niggas have been rewatching Avatar, crying a bit, feeling the vibes of this show that you used to watch when you were a little kid. So we saw this out on a decent spot. Someone did Katara versus Toph versus Ty Lee versus Azula. My assumption is that this is within the context of the Avatar season, not their whatever interpretations we may have of some of them later, like in Korra and stuff. So just at that point, who wins? Right? I mean, does that make sense? Or do y'all want to actually include like what we've seen their maxes to be? Because if we've seen their maxes, it's really Toph versus Katara at this point.
I say we go end of the original series wherever they was at power level. Yo, max at by the end of the series.
Okay. So then my question to that is just if we go off that, we've already seen Katara versus Azula.
But that wasn't Azula. This is my argument. That wasn't Azula at her max because she was clucking.
That's true. She was going crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And a part of Azula's skill is her brain and like wit. And so if you give her all her shits, she definitely a less deadly foe. So I wouldn't even count that as prime Azula.
Okay.
And even then, she didn't beat her on her own anyway.
That's true.
Well, that's true. All right. Well, we got a battle.
Want me to take off my thoughts on it?
I'm gonna just put mine out there, and I think it's not true at all. I really don't have any say on who's the top here, but I will say the Rock Lee in me wants Ty Lee to beat all these motherfuckers' asses, and I'm just gonna put that out there. I know it's not true. I know it's not possible, but I'm gonna just put my vote out there for Ty Lee, just to commemorate the Rock Lee niggas out there that just like the hand.
Oh, hold on. Is this Katara versus
It's four of them. It's Toph versus Katara versus Ty Lee versus Azula.
Oh, okay.
Like rank them basically. Who you think coming out with the most dubs and the least dubs? Who the best?
Ty Lee's at the bottom, but she got the most heart award automatically.
I think you're sleeping, bro. I think you're sleeping on Ty Lee.
Who you think she's dropping?
Toph,
Katara, Azula.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna let you finish, bro, because mine gonna have controversy. I already know.
Oh, I gotta think of it. Like, I mean, Ty Lee, she fights benders. I mean, that's what she does, bro. Like that martial art was made to fight them niggas in general. I think. Hold on, give me a minute or so.
All right. Did it last past Avatar though? I said, did it last past Avatar though?
What?
That martial art.
I mean, shit, we don't know.
No, we do. Bloodbender replaced it.
What do you mean? How did it replace it?
The only niggas who was using that shit was the Bloodbenders.
You didn't watch Korra, huh?
Yeah. Like, that shit happened in Korra, bro. That shit ain't survived.
No, but
so
it still existed, though. What do you mean?
The martial art itself still did exist.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
They just combined it with Bloodbender, and that was ruthless.
Yeah, when you added bending to it. So I mean, I don't know. Without the bending, I go,
Okay. So if you ain't ready for yours, I can give my order.
Go ahead.
I want to say, assuming everybody got a fair disbursement of what they can use at the ready, which means like you don't hold Katara and just get her a patch of water, or you don't hold Toph and put her with just a rock or something. You know what I'm saying? I gotta put Toph at the bottom.
What?
No, I agree with that one for sure.
Toph is last because I get it. We all love Toph. Toph is really a Rock Lee here. She go hard in the motherfucking paint, but when it comes to main characters, almost everybody drops Toph. Like, Toph go hard in the paint. I get it. She a real nigga, but she really, when it comes to top tier niggas, Ty Lee beat her on the regular. Like, literally, every week, Ty Lee come and knock this bitch out. So nobody about to sit here and tell me that Toph beating Ty Lee on the reg. It's not happening. So Toph is at the pure bottom. Then it's Ty Lee. And honestly, Ty Lee might be higher if she had Bloodbender, but she don't. So then after that, I got to go Azula and then Katara at number 1. And most people will never agree with how raw I think Katara is. Some people probably think about putting her at the bottom. But I make this argument. Most of the fights that Katara has, the show has to nerf her and give her only a pouch of water. And she boxed with full bending niggas with a motherfucking jug of water. Whenever you see Katara with more than that, it ain't got to be an ocean. Get that bitch a little pool to work with, niggas getting bodied. She bodied Zuko in seconds. She bodied Toph. She bodied any nigga if she got water. Except Aang. Aang not having that. But yeah.
See, but I mean, okay, so I think a big part of all this, though, is the location of where everyone's fighting, though, right? So, I mean, like, that's okay. So, like, let's bring it back to the basics then. In this situation, what exactly, what did you say? Like, were the environmental conditions?
I say, to be fair, let's put them in a pro bending arena, right? From Korra. That way, everybody got equal access to some form of bending. It don't have to look exactly the same, but there's an area where there's a little bit of water, there's some earth, the sun is out, you can fire bend, there's a good breeze. Like, nobody is hindered by their lack of components. Because the argument we were having on a decent spot is niggas was trying to say Katara not weak because she weak because she gotta be around water. And I'm like, bro, so basically what y'all saying is I could say the same argument. The only way you can beat Katara is if you nerf her. Because if she got her elements of bend, looks like you losing. Maximum potential to maximum potential, motherfuckers is losing, and that's facts. Basically, you got to nerf her for her to get bodied.
Then my next question again is that are we talking about everyone again at like their max strength, like the strongest we've seen these characters?
Strongest we've seen them in the show.
All right. Then for mine, I would do Azula, Toph, Ty Lee, Katara. And that's again under the condition that Katara is not bloodbending. But again, I would say Azula.
Which way are you ordering this? I don't know.
Okay, Azula at the top. So Azula 1, Toph 2, Ty Lee 3, Katara 4. That is where I would put this. For 1, I think Azula has probably been shown as one of the strongest fighters in like Avatar, period. As far as like 1, in battle strats, 2, actual efficiency with her fire and lightning, and 3, just her agility in general. I mean, like she's just like pretty much like a monster killing machine. And I don't think Katara or Toph has the kind of maneuverability that is difference there. But Ty Lee gets a little complicated simply because she didn't have bending. If she actually had an attribute, I'd probably put her at the top. But compared to Azula, again, that's why I think Azula's at number 1. Toph, I just think that since like we actually use an arena as a playing field, that means that no one's gonna have any kind of leverage against her in the sense that they won't actually have any kind of height advantage, meaning that all their moves are going to be reasonably predictable by Toph's Earth sonar. So I think that she has the ability to predict people's moves pretty well. I put Azula only above her just because I think she's that clever. Ty Lee, I don't think that she would be able to touch Toph simply because of her earth-bending defensive maneuvers. Like Ty Lee pretty much is you get hit, you get got. Toph's defense pretty much prevents her from getting hit from Ty Lee. So that's why I put her under that. Katara, I just don't see Katara touching one Azula because, like, in that fight, she still needed help at Azula's weakest. And 2, just again that much more overwhelming as an Earth prodigy. And then 3, if anyone can actually close the gap on people, it would be Ty Lee. And then Katara doesn't have any decent defense when Ty Lee gets close. So that's why I put Katara at the bottom.
All right. So before I even rank it, I would just say so when Katara fought Azula, wasn't that during the comet, right?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And then also, like, if we're going off of like the scenery, Katara didn't really have much. Like, she wasn't in the ocean or nothing like that. So I can't fault her for that also, because I mean she was in the Fire Nation, like fighting the firebending during a comet. So Azula had her powers up, and Katara was at a disadvantage. But number 4, I would definitely put Toph. I mean, and that's not a slight. I mean, I just think the rest of them are like some of the top tier people. Then, third is tough for me because I feel like we never really seen Katara like fight for real. I mean, I think Ty Lee even beat Katara like a few times, I believe, but
Yeah,
I don't really count those. You know what? Man, I don't know. I'll go Katara and Ty Lee as a tie, and then I'll say Azula is number 1. But if I had to go like out of 10, I would say Ty Lee would get 6, and Katara would get like 4.
I mean, I think I respect niggas putting Azula number 1. Like, to me, that's not much of an argument for me. I think it's just a personal preference, and I'm really seeing minor things that Katara do that make me think that in a pure one-on-one death battle, she would come out.
You had Katara as 1?
Yeah, I had Katara as 1. But like niggas, motherfuckers that's putting her at 4, I think people not reading in between the lines. I get it. Katara don't boast. She's like the least boastful person. So you don't see her talking about or going as hard as she needs to. But like, just watch how she be bodying some niggas. And like when she win, it'd be like, man, that's crazy effortless. And then as far as like the prodigy statement between Toph and Katara, I think Katara is more of a prodigy than Toph. Toph was born with an ability that actually boost her bending, and she was taught by badger moles. That's kind of she had privilege. Katara had 1 year to train under, not even a year, a couple months to train under a master, and after that became one of the strongest waterbenders in the show. Like,
yeah, I mean that's genetics, bro. Sokka did the same thing with a swords master.
Yeah, that might
that was
this
a couple of days.
Low key.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think there's any way you could put. I don't think you can put Katara at 4th though. Like that's just to me. Like I don't even see how Toph would come close.
And another thing that I want to point out is when Katara and Toph got into one of their fights during the series, Katara made the ground wet, and then that made it so that both of them could bend that mud, and Katara outbend the mud over Toph, if that makes sense. So yeah. I think in a wet ground scenario, Toph is actually getting nerfed, and Katara can still bend that.
Yeah. I mean, my argument with the Toph thing, it really comes after. That's what I would want to know. Because Toph, to me, what I saw in Korra, I just wonder where Katara landed on that boat. Because Toph became pretty OP, in my opinion, post series.
What was she doing in Korra?
I think she was just like a hermit, but she just was crazy with the earthbending. Like her range of feeling was like way higher or something. Like she knew Korra was in the forest like hella early, and I forgot what other feat she was doing. I don't remember exactly what she did.
Somehow, like
yeah, I don't remember exactly what she was doing, but I remember thinking like, damn, like Toph scaled up heavy, bro.
Heavy.
Yeah. Plus, there's metal bending.
And I do think like when all of the main cast was like old as fuck like that, I think they was all like ridiculous out here. So I wouldn't just give her that. That's why I think we just stick to the original series because
I mean, I just feel like Toph's bending was definitely like, I mean, I'm assuming better than Boomy's, but the way I saw Boomy's fights in Avatar, where it was just like, yeah, I'm not losing. Like you can keep trying, but like I'm not losing. Like that's how Toph's fights are post.
Yeah.
Like in Korra, basically. I don't know where Katara is, but yeah, I have nothing but to assume she's of that level or caliber because I mean her husband was the Avatar 1 and 2. They were probably still had some more battles post that they had to handle where she got better. Because if Toph got better, you just gotta assume that Katara did something, unless she was just like, nah, I'm just gonna have kids and like I'm cool on the waterbend and shit.
That might be shit.
Doesn't seem like their style, huh?
I said that could be shit.
No, but it doesn't seem like their writing style, like where they would have her sit in the back lines on some dumb shit like that. Seeing what they did to Korra, like I think they would have put some feats behind Katara.
I feel that.
But yeah, I don't have a ranking for this. Like I kind of saw the points everywhere. Like I said, I just had to talk my shit about Ty Lee. Gramps, did you have a thing?
Damn, why you hating on Ty Lee, bro?
Huh?
No,
I know it's been a.
Oh, okay.
I know it's been a hot minute since I've seen the show, but based off of what I remember, based off of my impression of these characters, I always went with Azula #1, Katara #2, Toph #3, and then
Tyler
#4.
Fair.
Rock Lee. She even got the lead
I mean,
name,
I'm not gonna argue against it, but Ty Lee never lost the fight.
Hey, Rock Lee never lost the
Okay.
fight either. If you asked her right
Actually,
now,
he did.
But
I don't care what
another
I
thing
don't care
I
Rock
what
Lee
was
nigga
never
want
lost
to
the
say.
fight, bro. They stopped that first one.
Hey,
That second
thing
one,
about
he got
Tylee,
hold by plot.
Damn.
And that third one, they beat Kinimaru. So hey,
Hey, Tylee snake niggas. So I gotta take some of her clout off.
What?
These snake niggas, like they definitely ambush niggas, and if you get hit with the boop boop, you done. Like that's
well, how can you give that to Azula but not give that to Ty Lee?
I didn't say
Azula is not above that.
Okay, this is why. There was a moment where 4 niggas had Azula corner and she bodied them niggas. Did Tylee get a corner by 4 niggas? We saw what she do. She put her hands up. She was, I'm good, fam.
No,
See, but
she
the
fought
difference
like
between the
she
two of
fought
those
all
is that
the she fought all those like the earthbending niggas, like the
Right.
evil
I'm
earthbending
talking about
niggas. She
main
fought
characters,
all them niggas.
bro.
What main
Not
characters?
no randos.
I mean, that's still like
So
that's
do you
more than
think?
4 niggas.
So you think Azula is dying? Like Azula with her full brain is dying in flames of glory in battle, or you think she's going to make a strategic exit if she sees the odds are not in her favor?
Like I said, I can't speak on Azula because the one time 5 niggas, all 5 main characters, cornered Azula, she got out that bitch. So
Because
niggas can say, is she gonna die? She might kill all they ass. Fuck me, like
she was fully confident that she could body them niggas. That's what I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying. And them the strongest niggas on the planet, bro. I don't think as many niggas left like Boomy, Iroh, like all the big homies surround her. Like she coming out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like she not
What'd you say?
for this
You think
getting
she's coming out with a dub if the White Lotus Society ran
No,
her?
I said those are the only niggas where she might
Okay.
Oh,
tactically
I was-
retreat or like give up. But
Yeah,
if
I
you
was like,
not
big
them
cat.
niggas,
The White Lotus roll up. It's a wrap.
but if you not the White Lotus, she coming for a body.